Hello and welcome coaches, athletes, parents, athletic trainers, and other sports medicine personnel to the Elite Academy of Sports Psychology. My name is Arman Akbarzadeh and I will be your workshop leader today. This workshop emphasizes on performance outcomes, skills, and knowledge required to clients or athletes to apply the principles of sports psychology to their specific sport. It is intended for those who wish to strengthen the power of the mind to perform with greater confidence, consistency, and at the upper ranges of their potential. Time will often be spent helping individuals recognize and effectively utilize personal strengths. Participants will learn the application and evaluation of psychological approaches to optimize their performance. Today, we will be helping you gain a better understanding on topics related to mindset training techniques and how to improve an athlete's mental health by going over stress management, health and wellness, goal setting, build, and confidence, importance of leadership development, and communication skills. Stress is a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. Although stress is impossible to avoid, it can be managed. A certain amount of stress is actually useful to the athlete. This is known as good stress. This is a type of stress which helps us focus as well as allows us to perform with more energy. According to Carly Fullerton, there are 7 categories in which an athlete may experience stress. These categories are affective, behavioral, biological, cognitive, imaginal, interpersonal, and sensory. Each category has its own signs and symptoms of anxiety. Examples are anger, guilt, depression, restlessness, and aggressive behavior. There are many signs and symptoms of stress which are not all experienced by an athlete, and each person can experience a variety of signs and symptoms. While an athlete can handle stress better than a non-athlete because he or she is trained to handle pressure, overtraining or competing too much can ruin years of hard work. A big mistake that athletes make is they train too hard and too fast. Instead, training should be gradually progressive. If an athlete finds competition stressful, he or she shouldn't avoid it. They should just select it more carefully. The athlete's confidence and self-esteem will grow every time they are successful. An athlete who is moving, breaking up with a partner, or going through other life-changing events will experience stress which will have an impact on performance. Since there is no real way to get rid of the stress, the best way to combat it is to cut down the stress in other areas. Finally, an athlete should seek help in trying to cope with stress. Physical demands suggest rational thinking and changing to healthy acting attitudes and behavior. Psychological demands suggest using pre-competition mental preparation, management, positive focus, and orientation. Environmental demands do not have many coping mechanisms, but time management as well as isolation from the stressor and deflection. In sports, goal setting is a positive method of maintaining motivation and improving self-efficacy levels within athletes. Those who strive to achieve goals are more likely to be successful, and upon completing the goals will feel encouraged and so more motivated and use the feelings of success to boost confidence. There are 3 types of goals. The first is process goals. These are the goals of executing the actual training process it takes to improve your performance in your sport. Examples may include making sure to hit all your physical therapy sessions after powerlifting so that you can heal up completely before training hard for the next one. The second is performance goals. These are the goals that track your improvement in sport. They are benchmarks for your continued ascension. Lastly, outcome goals. These are the goals that keep you focused on the big picture. They are the result of the successful application of process and performance goals. Self-confidence is a belief in one's capabilities to organize and execute courses of action required to produce given attainments. With prime confidence, you are able to stay confident even when you're not performing well. This keeps an athlete positive, motivated, emotionally in control when needed. It enables performance to be at the highest level consistently and gives beliefs if you do the right things. Athletes tend to lose confidence when anything that counters belief in their ability to achieve goals gets in the way. Failure is the biggest disruption. There's nothing more harmful to confidence than failure because it provides evidence that any confidence you may have is unjustified. According to John Taylor, there are 4 key ways in building confidence. The first is walk the walk. How you carry yourself, move and walk affects what you think and how you feel. If your body is down, your thoughts and feelings will be negative. The second is followed by talk the talk. What you say to yourself affects what you think about and how you feel. If your talk is positive, your thoughts and feelings will be positive. It's hard to think and feel negative when you're talking positively. Third is balance the scales. In most cases, athletes say or do negative things in competition rather than positive. The immediate goal is to increase the positive. Lastly, we have thought stopping. This will help you become aware of the situations in which you are most likely to be negative and list positive statements with which you can replace them. Finally, know that confidence is a skill. Just like with any type of skill, confidence is developed through focus, effort, and repetition. To change a bad confidence skills, you must retain the way you think. An athlete must practice good confidence skills regularly until the old negative habits have been broken and they have learned and ingrained the new positive skills of confidence. Leadership among sports is the behavioral process of influencing individuals and groups towards set goals. Premier Sports Psychology has listed the following qualities that seem to characterize a good, dependable leader. The three major ones I found helpful are personality, motivation, and vision. According to Weinberg, there are two leadership styles, democratic and autocratic. As you might expect, the coach with a democratic style is typically athlete-centered, cooperative, and relationship-oriented. Conversely, the autocratic style is usually win-oriented, tightly structured, and task-oriented. There are two types of athletic leaderships. The formal athlete leader represents a role that is prescribed by another individual with a group or sport organization. Conversely, an informal athlete leader emerges as a function of group interaction, distinct group needs, and the personality traits of an individual athletes. Communication, lastly, is key in any setting. It allows for honesty and transparency among the athletic community, helps identify ways in which an athlete, coach, trainer, or other sport medicine personnel can improve personal communications as well as interpretation of other athletic community members. Before going home today, I hope you have all gained a better understanding on topics related to mindset training techniques and athlete mental health. Remember, the importance of all the stress and wellness in athletes is very important, and reminding yourself on the proper ways to deal with each factor. How to begin to build confidence for yourself and set goals to help you achieve targets in life, competition, training, and more. Finally, become a leader and allow your voice to be heard throughout your team, peers, and family members. In conclusion, I hope everybody has taken away how to properly deal with or help someone else deal with psychological factors in sports. Each factor must be utilized, controlled, and improved to be beneficial, and different levels work better for different athletes. And the balance of all three is vital for success, especially at an elite level. Thank you for coming once again. My name is Arman Akbarzadeh, and thank you for coming to my workshop.